Hello everyone, welcome to City Skylines. This is Slick Z on the radio, and today's a special episode where I will be showcasing a pretty cool build. Like you guys already know, this is going to be a ski hill. So this is going to be a very creative build and whatnot, and it is going to be a ski hill during the summertime, so there will be no snow on it, but it will still look very cool. So this over here is going to be the base of the ski resort, because yes, it won't just be a ski hill, it will also have a ski resort with many amenities. So I'm building a nice high foundation for it with this cool little canyon that you see right now with the river in it and everything. So it's gonna be pretty beautiful. So right over here, I start by removing the trees. So now what I'm doing is I'm getting ready to place the road that will eventually lead to the bridge leading to the ski hill. So it's gonna be a pretty not like a very expensive structure for the bridge. It's just gonna be a very cool little bridge. So now I'm moving on to making the ski hill, and it's basically a lot of trial and error, because it's just you're trying to make lots of slopes and everything, but they never really turn out to be perfect, and sometimes they're just too steep, sometimes they're just sometimes they're like a weird color, like you see now. There's like a patch of gray that remained in the middle. So yeah. I'm also trying to get at least a couple of runs. I want to have, well, eventually I'm gonna have like 5 or 6, maybe 7 runs, and because I don't want it to be just like a retarded little mountain with like 2 runs. Even though 7 runs in real life would be quite a small amount of runs, but considering City Skylines and everything, having a mountain with like 30 runs or 40 runs is just an overkill basically. So what I placed right now is the road on which all of the installations will be placed on, and so basically the lights, and much more, guys, much more. So these over here, guys, are not electricity. Well, they act as electricity poles, but they are the legs of the lift. And these are like the supports. And these over here are lights for the ski slope. So right now, this is the top of the mountain. This is where there's going to be a little chalet and whatnot. Yeah, so this is what it looks like so far. I have like 5 runs. Oh, now I have another one. So this over here is the top of the hill, where there will be a little restaurant, some lodges, some first aid helping centers. You see just a few buildings like this. buildings for employees. Alright, so right now is where I start building the village on the bottom of the hill. I added this nice radio dome thing, which looks pretty good. You guys are gonna see in some clips later. I have a bunch of cinematic clips, especially at the end of the video, and it looks pretty cool. McDonald's. So this over here is the main part of the village at the base of the mountain. This is where most tourists will come to do some shopping and whatnot. It's like the more expensive part. Alright guys, so this is what the village looks like so far. To the left there's a more residential part, and over here right at the base it's just like filled with restaurants, with bars, things of that nature. Yeah, you see, so there's a nice little square here. It's a very cute little village. I love the carousel. It looks really, really cool. Alright, so this little gate is just gonna serve as a little protection from skiers and everything, so they don't like run into the village, and just to make everything just tidier, you know. These flowers too are a very key element of the build. They'll make everything look so much nicer. And this prop that I'm using right now, these flowers, is one of my favorite props ever. It looks so nice. Over here, there's like some cottages, like those green cottages. It's like a motel or a hotel or something. There's like some little lodges here and there that you can rent, you know. This is the new tree made by Mr. Maison, and yeah, I like them a lot. This guy makes so many beautiful, beautiful trees. These are like from Australia, like eucalyptus trees. They don't really fit the theme of my area, but in this place they do, just as like some nice tall trees just to line the plaza, you know. They fit in pretty well because I think they're like conifers or like cypresses or of that sort of family, you know. So obviously adding a bunch of trees is a crucial part of this build because we are in the woods after all. So yeah, it's just trees are the way to go, guys. This over here is the main parking lot where people park their cars and then head up to ski on the hill. Obviously now it's summer, so there's no skiing. There isn't much skiing that's gonna happen, but you can still hike up the hill and you take your cars on the road, the gravel road, and you just go all the way up to the chalets over there on the top of the hill, and you can eat and you can admire the view, you can take pictures, just have a nice breath of the best air in town. So like I was saying, guys, I really fell in love with the flowers during this build, and I placed a lot of them, and I love these flowers, guys. Oh my god, I think from now on I'm gonna place so many of these flowers. It's crazy. I mean, I knew from the start I was using it quite a lot. I've always had my eye onto this prop. I love it a lot, but now it's like, wow, like the things you can do with it. It fills up an area so well, especially a nice mountainous area that is designed to, that has to be very nicely groomed and everything, you know. It can't just be kept wild because it has to have some sort of dignity, you know. So now I'm placing some ruined paths, which just to make the whole area kind of more popular, and like there's a bunch of people and everything, and people walk around everywhere. So over here they can just have a nice sip of coffee and everything, and they're like even closer to the hill. So I placed these sheds, which I thought looked pretty cool, but just not, not fancy enough. It isn't like, if this place being such a fancy place, they would remove these old rotten sheds, you know, and instead just put these nice sphere gazebos. I mean, like, not spheres, like domes. Yeah, so now one very, very crucial element if you guys want to build a ski hill will be to add trees, because it looked good before and all, my slope, my hill, but now with the trees, basically you just fill it with trees and then you remove trees on the path. So basically it will look much more wild and rugged and much more natural, because normally there aren't really like cliffs around like separating ski runs. It's more like trees separating them, and often there's like little paths through the trees which you can just take and go to other runs. But most often, I mean, where I live over here, runs aren't really separated by crazy chasms and cliffs like I have here. It's usually trees. That's why adding trees is very cool, and the cliffs and everything make it very interesting as well. So now I'm removing the smaller ones, which would be in the way of the skiers. Just tightening everything up. Just basically, you see the dome now. You saw how cool it looks. It adds a nice touch to the hill. So there aren't too many trees left, but the little trees that I added make a big difference. Now I'm adding a few rocks. I'm not gonna add too many, partly because I guess I was kind of lazy, but also if I add too many, the few ones I add won't stand out as much anymore. this whole build probably took me like 4 hours to make, 5 hours, and this was like 5 hours straight. So at the end of those 5 hours, I was kind of like, screw the rocks. I've done enough. Yeah, so this is what it looks like, guys. And now there will be like some pretty cool cinematics and things like that, just to showcase the build. So like I said, it took me like 5 hours. It's definitely one of my favorite builds so far. I have created lots of cities so far in City Skylines. Obviously not on my YouTube channel, but you know, since the game has come out, and I've never built a ski hill, and now that I built it, I'm very proud of it, and it's a very unique thing, and especially with the resort and everything, it looks very, very cool. And I like the surrounding landscape too. It's a very wild area. So yeah, guys, I like the build a lot, and I'd like to know what you guys think about it, and I'd like to know if you guys feel like building it in your on your maps too, because trust me, it's very fun and it's a very creative thing, and I liked it a lot. So let me know what you guys thought about this video. Please like the video if you guys truly enjoyed it, and subscribe if you guys really want to make my day. So take care, be safe, and have a nice day.